Hey folks, Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. Want to help you get your mojo back. So here we are. It is the glow of the lunar eclipse, 5 degrees Taurus, 9 minutes. And this particular oracle reading, if you're new to me, come by, say hello. At the end of every month, I do an oracle reading, but this time it's going to be more for the astrological signs specific. And based on the lunar eclipse in Taurus that we're having, we had a solar eclipse a few weeks ago in Libra, and they work in tandem every 6 months. Sometimes we have 3 in a row, but now we're in for it. And it's a beautiful thing. Don't be afraid of anything because the planets don't do anything to you. No, they don't. Contrary to popular opinion. And you are the one who is in control. You're the one with the power. You are the one making all the moves and making the decisions. Yes, things can influence you. The weather can influence you. Your neighborhood can influence you. You know, the dog barking at 3 o'clock in the morning can influence your choices, but you're the one who is in control of your power. So let's get right to it because I'm going to cover each of the signs. We're going to start with Taurus. And here's something interesting. Oh, I'll pull up the chart as well. But when I started to look at, I'll start with Taurus today because it is a Taurus eclipse, whether you are a sun, rising, or moon in Taurus. And this might be very beneficial for you. I pulled a card from one deck. Where is it? Just to get a feel for Taurus, the Oracle of the Seven Energies, and it was a tall tale, right? So a tall tale, okay, my hair is tickling my face. A tall tale is about being honest with yourself. What story are you telling? What narrative are you telling that just doesn't jive anymore? You're not a victim. Are you telling victim stories? You have power. Are you minimizing yourself? Okay, so I thought, all right, let me just put it away and I'll work on the astrology first and I'll just talk about the astrology with folks. And then I went over to Colette Baron Reed's other deck, Wisdom of the Oracle, and I pull a card for Taurus. And I got Truth Be Told. And Truth Be Told and A Tall Tale for Taurus, they are the same message. It is what are you lying to yourself about? What and it doesn't mean you're a liar. It just means that there's a part of you that's not being honest. Are you doing something that you don't want to be doing? Now I'm getting ahead of myself because I want to just talk about the astrology, but let's just go there. Okay. So you'll see it says Cancer up here in the chart. Wait a minute, where am I? It says Cancer up here. Just ignore that. I'm just working off of this chart. But here it is. We have, here it is. We have the moon, 5 degrees, 9 minutes of Taurus, and that is on October 28th. And so the energies will last for months. It's already begun. It started weeks ago, and everybody feels it differently. So I just want you to be aware of the fact that if you are a Taurus, sun, rising, or moon, we're talking about Taurus here. If you are a Taurus, sun, rising, or moon, you also have Jupiter in Taurus and it's retrograde. So you're discovering your boundaries, your expansion, what you really want, how you want to rethink it, how to do it, how to expand. Are you taking a new language? Are you moving out into philosophy? Are you traveling? Who are you when you're doing any of these things? What's your expansive motif? And then Uranus is in Taurus and it's also retrograde. And so when this is happening, we're looking at a very interesting crossroads, Taurus. And that is, are you ready to become the person you wanted to be when you were, this big, this big, when you got here, when you were little and you were 6 or 7 or 4 or 5 or 9, and you just like, yes, I'm going to do this thing. Now you might say, I want to be a princess, or I wanted to fly, on a unicorn. Okay. Some things are not within our reach or grasp right now. I'm not saying it's not possible, but but you could be writing about these things. Jupiter, publishing expansion. You could be lecturing on mythology. Uranus is what is the mystical part of you? How do you want to apply that? How do you want to do it without being overwhelmed by technology? Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. And so you want to proclaim your truth and you want to come out of denial. This particular eclipse might feel for you, now in general, for everyone, you might get tired, might get wired, you might feel nothing. You might want to eat more, especially carbs or something nurturing or nourishing or warming or, like mac and cheese. But if you're a keto person, you're not going to be eating that, right? So you need to find an alternative that gives you the same feeling without the side effects. All right, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. So I mean, it just makes me laugh that, as I'm just fooling around with the deck a half an hour ago, a tall tale falls out for Taurus. Why are you lying to yourself? Why are you in denial? And then I thought, oh, let me pick another deck. And truth be told, it is the same message, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. Are you telling yourself, oh, I work at a day job. I really like it. I have another 2, 3, 4, 5 years to go before I can retire. But you're really not liking it. And you're telling yourself something to make you feel better about, well, at the end of the road, there's a perk. Well, could there be a perk now? Could you be doing something for yourself now? Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. What is it? When I look at, I'll make this one bigger. La, la. Okay. So when I look at this chart, Taurus, and I see the lunar eclipse, lunar is about letting go. It's a feminine energy. You might be letting go of a part of you that used to believe you had to work until you were 65. Or you might be letting go of a part of you that believed that you could not express your emotions because you were always alone. Or, you push people away because you expressed yourself. Or the opposite, you expressed yourself so much that, you think people aren't listening, or they think you have a big mouth, or whatever the story is that you've been telling yourself, Taurus, sun, rising, or moon. You have to come out of denial and proclaim your truth. Who are you right now? Hey, Sasha's here. And so look at this part of you that says, I really want to be expanding on something that I love. Is it writing? Is it traveling? Is it speaking a foreign language? Is it helping yourself to just feel good in your body? And are you using vibrational healing with Uranus there? Are you using astrology? Are you using science or technology? Are you overwhelmed by it? Because when I see the retrograde, it might be, like my mind went blotto. I can't. I like things are beeping. I'm a Taurus. Things are beeping and chiming in my house, and I go, what? Oh, what is that? Who's talking to me? Just write me a letter. I'll get it in the mail. So when you see the evolution of people always on their phone, their brains can't handle the technology, and you will overload and you will diminish your brain capacity and function. So keep that in mind. You can't buy something that stops the radiation, but you can buy things that circumvent the harm that it can cause you. So think about that too, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. So lunar eclipse, sun, rising, and moon for Taurus. Proclaim your truth. Come out of denial. Be who you want to be. This is your reality. Your reality, what you are creating for you. Can you give me hallelujah? Okay. All right. Let's move on to Gemini. All right. We're looking at Gemini. We are looking at the 12th house for you. And the 12th house for this lunar eclipse is you have a part of your psychological makeup that caused or is causing you loss. And when I look at, okay, here's the Gemini house right now. Just ignore this inner wheel, right? This is for my edification. The outside wheel is what we're looking at. Okay. This is in here is for me. But the outside edification, the outside wheel is Gemini. Yeah. What what is that part of you that is so wounded that you won't allow intimacy? What is the part of you with the lunar eclipse here, along with Jupiter and Uranus in your 11th house? I'm sorry, 12th house, 12th house, sorry, 12th house. You are about to, or need to, or have recently discovered that there's a vulnerable part of you that just has not connected to your own emotions. And so, whatever messages you heard when you were young, and especially, well, it doesn't matter what your gender is, but whatever messages you heard from the female figure in your house, your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, sisters, you learn to tune it out and look at that and say, I am not that. And I will never want to be that. So, and it may still be unconscious in you, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. So you want to look at, okay, I made my screen a little too dark. You want to look at what can help you move this energy. What do you value about the women in your life? What do you value about being softer, kinder to yourself, more vulnerable without the fear of attack? Some part of you, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon, is thinking that I got to roll up my sleeves. I got to get it done. I'm the one who's going to do it. It's me. Okay. That's a proactive attitude. But when it is to the exclusion of your intimate self, your sexual self, your pleasure self, your psychological self that says, okay, I have a belief and it is this. What does that belief do to your psyche if you are female? What does that belief, whatever it is about business, industry, travel, religion, philosophy, spirituality, what does that belief that you grew up adhering to, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon, do to your psyche now? I knew someone who was a Gemini rising sign, and she knew that I had been raised Greek Orthodox. And she said to me, I'm looking for a new religion. And I said, okay, they're pretty much the same, but okay. They have different, rules, but they're pretty much the same. And that is male God. And you follow these rules, you get into heaven. So what is it you wanted to know about Orthodoxy? It's older than Catholicism. And she said, oh. And I said, what is it that you're looking for? And she said, I don't know, some kind of structure, something to tell me where we came from, who we are, where we're going. And so Gemini, sun, rising, and moon, if you are pondering this or it's coming into your awareness now, especially with this lunar eclipse, first you have to clean out your house. That means closets, yes, but of course your psyche. And you have to clean out the old parts of you that say, this is not me anymore. And I don't believe that now. And there's no judgment against any of it. It's just, what is it for you right now, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon? Let's pull a card. Because with the lunar eclipse in the 12th house, you need to let go of the part of you, essentially, that was wounded by a feminine energy. You could have been born to someone who gave you up for adoption, or someone who couldn't make any decisions and was always drinking or taking some kind of medication, and they were just checked out. Or they were so rigid in their beliefs that it's this way, it's got to be that way. Whatever the case is, because this is a general reads. So Gemini, sun, rising, and moon, go back and think about your relationship to your feminine self and how it was reflected in your childhood. Was it nurturing? Were you able to express yourself no matter what? Because if the case is the opposite, then now you're going through the healing. And as a result of it, you have either let go, or a feminine individual has let go of you, or you're about to, or some part of you needs to let go of the victim that needed hugging, and instead of the backhand, or needed communion and conversation and understanding instead of the judgment against you and who you were when you were crying when you were 4, or you were 7 and you were playing and having a great time, and then voiced an opinion that did not meet the criteria of the household. So Gemini, oh, here's an interesting one for Gemini. Here's the card for you. And I'm going to refer to her book, because as I start to do these readings, I'm going to be like in the ethers, and I'll look at words and go, I don't know what that word is. I will remember people's birthdays or sun signs or even their moon or rising signs before I remember their names. Okay, be fully present, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. Be fully present. Everything is happening now. And remember, when you want to go backwards, in order to create a miracle in your life, you need to be present without a negative judgment or a negative feeling of vulnerability or an association to that. Look at that. It's like she's on an egg house and she's ready to give birth to herself in the here and now. And the signs say past and the future. Okay, look at those. But you're right in the here and now, in between. Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. Just take a gander at that card. Where's the open door for you? It's now. What time is it? Oh, wait, it's now. All right, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. Take into account that this lunar eclipse that can last for months is here to help you to get still, meditate, do something that is sensually pleasing. Do you play the piano? Do you like to bake? Do you garden? Do you need to hug? Do you need to hug somebody? Maybe you're just like, you get stiff and uncomfortable. Or maybe you hug without the heart because it's just for show. No judgment. Be as present as possible, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. All right. I have to check off my list so I know what I'm doing. Okay, Cancer. Just take a sip. Hi, let me just actually check in. Hi, Sasha. Lynn, hello. I am doing readings for each of the signs. This is the oracle for the lunar eclipse in Taurus. If you're just joining us, Lanier is here. Hey, Rikara. Ashley as well. So, and whether you're watching this and not commenting, or whether you're watching this in a replay or live, we're talking about the lunar eclipse in Taurus, 5 degrees, 9 minutes of Taurus, and how the energy can show itself, what the ahas are for the sun, rising, and moon signs. All right, Cancer. Now, and again, I know this chart says Cancer 23, but you're looking at the outside wheel. I'm looking at the inside wheel as well. That's for my learning. Okay, Cancer, here you are. And for you, it's going to be in the 11th house. The lunar eclipse takes place here in your 11th house. And that means with it being retrograde. Okay, I'm just going to pause right here. And if you are soliciting on this live show, I'm going to block you. All right. Thank you. Oh, no, I blocked the wrong person. Barbie, you showed up just at the other time. Oh, my gosh. Barbie showed up. I don't know how to reverse that. Somebody help. Barbie, I'm so sorry. Barbie, you're not banned. Someone just showed up to solicit readings. Oh, my gosh. All right. I'll have to email her. Oh, gosh. I clicked the same time. Okay, this is going to happen sometimes with technology. Let's get back to it. Cancer. Oh, I feel so bad now. Ah, that's her. That's who it is. Okay. This is the person I'm blocking. Apologies, Barbie. Medium Serenity got banned and blocked. I don't know how to unblock somebody. If somebody knows, let me know in the comments section. All right. I'm so sorry. Okay. Cancer. I'm always going to say, what did I do wrong? She's a Capricorn. Okay. Cancer. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to edit this out. Likely not. Me and a tech head. Forget it. Cancer. Who you're associating with, groups, association, family members. Oh my gosh. What is it that you want with this lunar eclipse? You just want to let go of all the groups, all the people. Cancer, sun, rising, and moon. You're like, I am done. There's so much. I can't. Well, do I retire? I just need a quiet little space to call my own, and then filter through my, okay, if you're of that age, a Rolodex, your phone, your email. Oh my gosh, what is happening? You're saying Cancer, sun, rising, and moon. I want to be able to connect with people. And then suddenly a family member says, yeah. Oh, I think here I am. Here's Cancer, sun, rising, and moon. This is your 11th house, Cancer. And you're feeling the pull. You're feeling the pull to let them go. To identify differently. Maybe you want to retire. Maybe you have the kind of business where you are always around people. Maybe you're a wedding planner, or you're a baker, or you're someone who organizes, events. And you're just like, I am done with the behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. But what you can do in this particular eclipse, Cancer, sun, rising, and moon, is to really understand that the opposite house, the 4th house, is going to be your sanctuary right now, and that is home. And with Mars there, okay, somebody's banging on the wall all the time. You got a next door neighbor who is building a fence, remodeling their house. You have someone in the house, maybe it's a child or an elderly parent, and they're always needing your help. Maybe it's you hearkening back to your closet and you go, oh my gosh, Cancer, sun, rising, and moon says, I have too much sentimentality in here. It's just mucking up the works. It's mucking up the works. Why? Why? You need to clean out your closets. Cancer, sun, rising, and moon. You're making space. And with this retrograde here and with Mars opposing your Jupiter in transits, what that tells me is you're at your limit, your wit's end. You need a break. And even if you took a break, your head would be buzzing. So if you can do a little bit of writing, not on a computer, but by hand, and just write a little journal, little note to yourself before bed, rip it out, stick it in a basket or a bowl or something. It's like, here's what I'm letting go of. Heartache goes in the basket. Then you go and you sleep and you dream. And also supplement. Help yourself with, research it. I'm not a doctor. I don't prescribe, but supplement with things that relate to your heart, your peace of mind. It could be L-theanine, GABA. They help neurotransmitters in the brain. It helps to calm the rough edges. Make sure you have some adrenal support, ashwagandha. So think about this, Cancer, sun, rising, and moon, because you're really, you're burning out and you need to be at home. But at home doesn't feel like a safe space sometimes, or a quiet space. And then, something breaks or it's leaking. We have water down here, but there's an annoyance in the home. And it reminds you, if it's not about an actual parent, it reminds you of being a child to that parent, or you being a younger person as a parent and thinking, does it? When? It just reminds me of Drew Barrymore in a movie. I think it was Boys riding in cars with boys or something. I don't know, but she raises a kid on her own, and she's a very young mom. And then by the time the kid is in his 20s, he's like, Mom, I could use your help. And she just looks at him and goes, does it ever end? So I think she was like 16 when she gave birth. But anyway, it's like she's constantly momming. So Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon, if you're constantly mothering and taking care of others, you really need to make the switch and watch your cardinal self. Instead of saying, no, it's got to get done, you give yourself a time frame, 33 minutes, 15 minutes, 8 minutes. Pick a time, set a timer, and go take a walk. Lie down, meditate, listen to something, some music to help calm you. All right. So just chill as much as you possibly can, because the lunar eclipse will help you chill. And I'm not saying it's doing something to you. It's just casting a glow, Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon, on what you have deep down that says you are driven and must continue to do all the work for everybody in your world. It's just not true. I mean, that's just not true. So you need to let go of this idea that you're the caretaker, but embrace the people who do come, the people who do show up, because that's a part of you that is drawing it to you, where they say, "Hi, can I help?" And you're so automatically, no, that's okay, I got it. I mean, you're at the supermarket and someone says, can I help you carry your bags out? I want you to hear my voice right now and say, yes, thank you. Wow. I learned to say yes to my benefit. Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Yes to my benefit. Watch the people start to stream in. The needy ones will start to wane because your energy is changing. So you're letting it go. You're letting the part of you go that says, if I have to do this, I have to work extra overtime because then I'll make that extra cash and then I can go on vacation. Well, tomorrow never happens. It doesn't. It's now. Always now. Who had that message, Gemini? It's always now. So if you're a Cancer with a Gemini combo, yeah, listen to the Gemini one too. All right, let's pull a card for you. Oh my gosh, this is Barbie. I feel so bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, in my settings, I don't even know if I can do that. I don't know how to do that while I'm doing this. Barbie, I'm so sorry. Okay, Cancer, let's focus on you. Here's a card we're going to pick for you right now. For the lunar eclipse. Wow. What is this one? Round and round. Round and round, Cancer. 25. Let me go to the card. Oh, went right to it. The spiral quality, here's the visual. The spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break, revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. Okay, well, doesn't that make sense? Because it's a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backward, the truth is you're standing at a higher level looking down at your circumstance. You will learn, take a gander, Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon. It's also a 25. It's a 7. You got to go in. You will learn to do something better, break a cycle that was set up in the past with a bird's eye view and access your wisdom. All right, Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon, just take a break. And while you're taking a break, take a mental break. And while you're taking a mental break, take an energetic break. All right. My sister, who's a Cancer, and my husband, who's also a Cancer, and my kid, who's a Cancer moon, would say, I think I need like to go into a sleep coma for 20 minutes where I hear nothing. Because I know some Cancers who are downloading a lot of information right now, and that is overwhelming. So you're not going into a meditation to look for things. You're just going for peace of mind in the present, right now, in the present, so that you don't go round and round. I will unblock her, and then I will send her a personal email, and then she'll at least you could see the replay. Dang. Okay, we're moving on. Leo, 10th house. Anybody Leo sun, rising, or moon? Here we go, Leo. All right, let's take a look. Leo, oops, I got to go over here. Leo, here you are, but this is your 10th house. Okay, so Leo, sun, rising, and moon. Do you work with, there might be a coworker. Let me just, this is coming through strongly first for some of you. And that is if you have a coworker who is a literal pain in the ass, or a boss or an employee, who is just, you're done with this person. Or maybe you work with a spouse or a sister or your mom, like a family company. If you've got a person in your world that you work with, that you rely on for information, and you have a different set of values, this is going to be a tough time for you. There's going to be, a face-off. That's because I'm looking right here, right across, Mars in Scorpio opposing the lunar eclipse in Taurus. That's for everyone, but it shows up differently. And so Leo, it can be, and these are, Leo, you're a fixed energy. And so Scorpio, and so is Taurus. And so, take a nice deep breath. Leo, sun, rising, and moon. You might come to this beautiful awareness that if you work with someone that you care about, and maybe they're not a pain in the arse, but maybe they see things differently. And I get like fragments of everybody when I do a reading, so a general reading. So it may not be your narrative, but it's close. And for some, and this expansion is like you're ready to go to the next level, but you have to clear up some things first with your partner, your business partner, the family member partner, you as a parent. If you have like business and son, business and child, business and daughter, and you're going into business together. I had a dentist once who had a daughter who became a dentist, and they started working together, and things had to change. So that's what I'm thinking of right now. So Leo, sun, rising, and moon. There's also a segment of the populace that came to a T, and that's like a fork in the road, but you got frustrated. Oh, Barbie, thank you. I'm so sorry. There was a woman who was spamming, and so I blocked her at the moment you showed up, and it turned out to block you. So I will change that later. I'm so glad you found us. Okay, Leo, sun, rising, and moon, back to you in the studio. There is an opportunity now to expand beyond the tension with the people that you are working with, the industry you're working in, or how you set up your business and at home. So it can mean maybe you have a family and your spouse wants to also work, your significant other, maybe you're a single parent and you're trying to figure out, how do I expand in business while I do not neglect my child or children? So as this happens, a lot of times we tend to focus on the problem and we just have to fix it and we got to get in there. But what I'm asking you to do is just step back and reach for, I'm quoting the Collective of Abraham, reach for the best feeling. Reach for the best feeling, thought, and feeling. Reach for it in every moment as possible. Leo, sun, rising, and moon. And what you'll find is that the ways begin to come to you because you're clearing out the resistance to the value system that you think you should have, that you do have, but don't share with a partner, or that it's conflicting with immediate needs of those younger or those of any age with less consciousness. All right. Let's just take a second to unpack that. All right. I'm going to pull a card for you right now, Leo, Sun, Rising, and Moon, just to clarify some of this, because you could have an opportunity to work in a different field. Or maybe you set up the field and you do a couple of things, and you want to be a baker and you're an attorney and you also want to teach yoga or whatever the case is. But with philosophy, religion, spirituality, expansion, travel, publishing, writing, editing, the law, legality, really solidifying that into a practice that does not oppose your core values. That's a lot, Leo, Sun, Rising, and Moon, but yet you feel motivated. You feel really motivated. You might have I know a Leo who has a business partner who is a spouse, and that person is a drinker, kind of to excess. And so that's a problem for the industry that this Leo is in, is all about health and healing. So you see what I mean? There's a conflict. All right, Leo, let's do the general. Who wants to come out? Oh, I like this card because it feels easy. It's a 20. Oh, and I opened right to it. It's a 20 and it is imagine. Essential meaning for Leo tuning in. Whoopsie, sorry. Imagine. Turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity, and illusions. Who do you want to be? Leo, Sun, Rising, and Moon. What do you need to believe in order to have the life that you want? You were gifted with imagination. Dream, vision board, creating, crafting, drawing, writing, repeating, really bringing the message of imagination. And let me look at this card. That there is, the moon does not have a happy face. And for the first time in how many years that I've owned this deck, that I actually see the sun behind the moon. Okay. Do you see that? Do you see, with my green screen, I don't know if you can see that, but right behind the moon, there's a circle and there's the sun. And so the moon here would represent, what is the thing you need to let go of? And perhaps it's an elderly parent who's failing and they're ready to move on. Perhaps that's taking your attention, not a child. Perhaps it's the idea of, I thought I was going to be this by this age and I'm not there yet. What the heck? But the sun that you are, Leo, Sun, Rising, and Moon, is always inspired to do the next thing. Start being more practical if you can. Like for every paycheck that you get, tithe 10%, give something away, you clean out your closets, just start unloading the burden. And then make sure you set aside 40% for savings, minimum 40% if you can. And during that time, 40% in not just a bank, but in something, an IRA, or, start to really envision, if you're a combination, or if you are with someone who's a combination of a Libra, this is going to be for the both of you. And that is, what is the legacy? If you're 45 years old and you just have so much money in the bank, that's not a fault of yours. But now but you're a Leo, Sun, Rising, or Moon. Now it's time to think of, am I spending more than I'm earning? Is my expenditure of energy more than I'm getting back? Maybe it's time to fine tune. Let's fine tune things and feel what's natural. No resistance. If you feel the resistance with another person, it's coming from you. If you feel the resistance with your job, with a creative project, it's coming from you. So you just need to imagine, what's the most creative thing you can do right now? Take 5 minutes and do it. Of course, if you're driving, you don't. If you're in the middle of a business meeting, you don't. Be practical. Come on, you know what I'm saying. All right, Leo, Sun, Rising, and Moon. One more look at this. Imagine. You are not tethered to anything except your perceptions. So let's change the thoughts, change the patterns. And what happens is business will happen and people will suddenly leave your life. Or opportunities will go, because here comes the next one that you're bringing to you, that you're manifesting. And also job opportunities, creative opportunities. Oh, I really want to do that. I want to learn how to speak, French, and then become a au pair and whatever. Maybe not. Maybe that's a creative dream because you're trying to escape something. So really just take the time to tune in, because things are going to shuffle for everybody during this eclipse phase, but especially now with career, Leo, sun, rising, and moon. Get rid of the annoyances, clean the clutter, get rid of the annoyances by being honest and direct, setting boundaries, and then moving into those places of creation. Like, you have to get that project done, but you just want to shop for shoes that you're never going to buy. Who does that? I'm a Leo moon. I do that. It's like, I need a break. I'll go inside in the kitchen and I'll bake something, or I'll go onto DSW and I'll just go, here's the kind of shoe I want. Here's the color. And I just spend 15 minutes putting them in the cart and I never buy them. And I go, oh, that felt so satisfying. Okay, please, Leo, sun, rising, and moon, play. You need to play. Okay. I hope this is helping. I hope this is making sense. Virgo, we're moving into the 9th house now. Barbie, I'm so glad you're here. Annette just came on and watched my Taurus rising, and how true is that? Even the years to retirement fit. I am coming out of denial. Hoorah! Tauri. As a fellow Tauri energy, my husband's a Taurus rising, my kid's a Taurus, I'm a Taurus. We're just tourists here on this planet, making a go. All right, Virgo. 9th house energy. So here is your vibe, and you have Venus in Virgo right now. That's like the magnetic calling card. Anything you do or say is going to seem like, ooh, Pied Piper, I want to follow him, her, them. I want to go where you're going. I want to know what you're knowing. I'm going to make a song out of this, Virgo. And so you're in the 9th house. And so the 9th house for you is all about, how do you envision, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon, your identity with a contract, the people you work with for, or who works for you, especially if you work in a nonprofit type of thing, because we have, and I'm counting back for those who like to watch astrology and learn a little bit. So this would be Virgo's first house right here in the general charts. This would be 12, 11, 10, 9. So in the 9th house, we are lit up with this lunar eclipse, Jupiter in Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, both of these are retrograde. Taurus is an earth sign, Virgo, just like you, sun, rising, or moon, and it trines you, and it gives you that hope and that possibility and that opportunity to say, wait a minute, I've been thinking about or going about this, and all the, I only use it for Gemini and Virgo, sometimes for Libra. The word wrong. I don't ever say the word wrong. Gemini, Virgo, sometimes Libra. We'll use the word wrong more often than not, even if they're just feeling it. You are not wrong. There is no right. There is you and what you choose. And right now, the opportunities are coming for you to expand more in service to others, but not at the sake of yourself. Virgo, sun, rising, and moon, not at the sake of yourself. All right. So especially with the Venus Virgo trining, these are transits, the outer wheel here, but it's trining Venus and Uranus. They're trining. And that trine is an ease. It's an open door. It's a portal. And it represents, okay, folks, just a reminder, astrology, the planets don't do anything to you. I am looking at what you are creating. And so when I look at a chart and I look at a general chart for people, it's like a kaleidoscope, and it's constantly moving. And I see that person's going to choose that, and this person's going to choose that, and then choose this. And then, so Virgo, you have this opportunity to elevate your status, if you so choose, to renegotiate a contract, if you so choose, to learn higher minded concepts and principles and then enact them. And if you're already some sort of practitioner, in the mystical arts, in the healing arts, in the medical world, who's integrative, you're about to embark on, because with a lot of thought, this comes with a lot of thought with these retrogrades, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. How do I go about this? Do I go back to school? Do I take another course? You have to retire something in order to inspire yourself to do the next thing. All right, Virgo, I hope that is making sense. I want to pull a card for you because your reading is so much more specific, and it's so much easier for me. Sasha, does that placement relate to a Virgo ready? I don't know what that means. If I'm a Venus in Virgo, how does the Virgo advice relate? Oh, I see. Okay. So, well, if you have a Venus in Virgo, for anyone with a Venus in Virgo who is a Virgo, for the Virgo reading, you are also experiencing an opportunity to grow, to learn, to go to the next place. And so it's magnetic. You will start to draw to you people, places, and things, ideas, to organize your, I don't want to say imagination, but because imagination is free flowing, but you have an opportunity to organize your dreams coming true. And with this being in the ninth house deals with expansion through higher education. The religious, yes. Spiritual, yes. Philosophical, yes. What do you believe? What do you believe? Because across from you is the third house. And the third house is, you have a deep desire, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. You have a deep desire to access more of you, to find a belief system that lets go and sheds the sorrow, that lets go of the sorrow. That's the word that's coming. So I know a lot of Virgo sun and rising signs who have experienced the loss of someone in their lives in the past several years. And they still, who doesn't carry a grief when you lose someone? But the reason why we have so much grief in the world for any sign is because we keep looking for the person where they were instead of where they are now. So your energy, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon, your energy right now is formulating thoughts. How do I take, this is the third house for you, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. How do I take this desire that I have to be more, know more, learn more, share more, express more, articulate more, and then apply it in the world? Do I need to take a class? Do I need to teach a class? Do I need to visit a different culture and get over my fear of them, or engage in art and beauty, the watercolor class on a Thursday night, or a meditation thing on a Saturday morning, or, I'm going to post if I could still find it. Yes. If you missed the replay that, or the workshop webinar that I did for Astrology Pro Secrets, you can still catch it here. I think I have this. There it is. Virgo was my reminder to post that. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for Virgo because that was very succinct and I feel really complete with that. Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. I hope that helps you because you're letting go with the retrogrades. You're letting go of the judgment, the idea that it cannot happen. Someone once said to me, with the writing that I do, I write historical fiction fantasy, and I'm on the third book in the series, One Soul's Epic Journey Through 12 Lifetimes, Sign of the Time series. Each book is dedicated to a different astrological sign. And I'm working on Gemini now. And an editor had said to me once, I didn't know that a person could reincarnate as a different gender. And I said, you could return as anything. You want to be a tree? You be a tree. You want to be a frog? You be a frog. It's not linear. It's not specific. And it's not just one soul. It can be the expansion of, I have a consciousness that is emerged with other consciousnesses, and we all want to experience what it's like to be Joan of Arc. So there could be 1,000 souls who experienced being Joan of Arc. Okay. I know that's an interdimensional conversation. So we're just going to stop there and pull a card for Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. Oh, Sasha. And I picked up a new class for my cosmetology license. Venus, cosmetology, beauty, art, aesthetics, finances, protection. Virgo, ninth house, number 9, Treasure Island. What the heck? All right, I have to open the card on this one. I mean the book on this one. Here's the image, and it's a tortoise with a treasure chest filled with stars and hearts, and there's a gentle face at the center of the open treasure chest. Take a look at that while I take a look at this. The law of attraction bringing dreams into fruition. The result of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance appearing as if from nowhere. Financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance. And suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others not. So you have to start trusting your intuition. And that's this part here in the 9th house. And that is raising your level of consciousness, your level of awareness. You could listen to Esther Hicks channel The Collective of Abraham, or Bashar, Daryl Anka channels Bashar, or you could go into a meditation and just tune into your higher inner self, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. Because this lunar eclipse is going to show you what you need to let go of in order to embrace the new. Okay, let's move on to Libra. 8th house. Okay, this is a financial house for you, Libra. Oh, I have to go over here. And you have South Node in Libra, Libra sun, rising, and moon. And this represents your first house. I'm sorry. Yeah, this represents your first house. So this is happening in your 8th house. And 8th opposes the 2nd. And these are money houses, Libra, sun, rising, and moon. And so you are letting go of perhaps maybe you're cashing in on a property and saying it's time I let that go and I take the funds and I research it and put the money elsewhere. Maybe it's time you create a living trust or a will. This particular lunar eclipse is going to help you. Maybe you received, when Jupiter is in the 8th house in astrology, for some people it means you become the beneficiary of something. And with a lunar eclipse, it can mean that, and the person doesn't have to leave the earth for this to happen. So it's not necessarily a sad time, but it could be an elder grandmother and aunt says, listen, I'm going through all my stuff now. You pick out the jewelry that you want and you can have it now instead of waiting till whenever I leave. So that the beneficiary comes with a tax incentive, or it can be in the 8th house, it can be someone saying, because these are retrograde, you're researching it, or it's pending and it's en route. And that can mean, oh my gosh, I just got a thing in the mail, or I got a phone call and it's deferred and I can have it now. If you have like an IRA, or if you have any kind of investment, maybe you put money towards something, it has accrued, and then you have to take the money out and put it somewhere else. It's that kind of shuffling of finances, but it's also energetic. And this energetic shuffling can mean the more you, and this is very key, Libra, sun, rising, and moon, the more you value who you are and love who you are and are kind to who you are and are connected to your higher inner self, and you shy from extremes in nature where you work, and then you just have to like stop for a month and take a vacation and get drunk every 3rd week. When you stop the extremes, Libra, sun, rising, and moon, you find the harmony. And the harmony is your motto. Harmonizing, harmonizing everything. So you're harmonizing your energy, and that brings in financial opportunity. Maybe to invest in something or with someone. Maybe the opportunity is energetic, where you finally have let go of something. And this is also the house, the eighth house. Eighth house deals with sex, death, and taxes, but sometimes it's the sensual energy of getting to reacquaint yourself with sensual pleasures. Being cozy, instead of getting dressed up, you're in flannel pajamas. You have a cup of tea. You're holding hands. There's romance. There's a switch in your spouse's or significant other's income. I'm not saying it's positive, nor is it negative. It's just the tides are changing, and you're putting emphasis on different things now. Your priorities are different now. And so you might think, oh, okay, I was relying on that investment in a person, in an industry, in my bank account, in that financial institution, in my IRA, in gaining momentum in my business with my clients. But that has changed and is changing. So you're letting go of a solid belief in one thing. Taurus lunar eclipse for everyone is letting go of something that you thought made you feel secure. You thought you valued. You thought kept you safe or protected. But now you're loosening up. Libra, sun, rising, and moon. And with this opposite house, in the second house, you have an opportunity here. It's very straightforward. It's going to come to you if you're open to it and allowing it, that you help yourself to be receptive. Like, oh, I was doing this thing as a hobby, whatever, doing tarot readings, let's just say, as a hobby. And now people want to pay me. Or I spoke to someone the other day, and they said they had a business where they grew specific types of tulips or flowers, and they did it because they loved it. They did it because their ancestors did it. They just did it because they loved it. And then people started coming by and noticing and saying, how do you do that? Would you teach me how to do that? Or what? I need to know what that is. And that person was like, I'm not going to charge. Oh God. And then more than one person came by with the same question. It's like, all right, they said, I'm not going to open like a floral business. I don't want to be teaching a class, but if people want to come by, I'll give a one-time instructional thing. And they made like a little PDF on how they did it, what they mixed in the soil, what they planted, when they planted, companion planting, what they did for weeding. It was all organic. And so it's like an unusual earthy opportunity, Libra, sun, rising, and moon, can come to you that you can invest your time, energy, love, passion, money into. Let's pull a card for you. Oh, Sasha, Libra sun here and is receiving a settlement soon. Well, there it is. That's your version of it. And what you do with that money then is to be very wise in how you reinvest it so that it helps you to grow. So if something is coming to you and someone says, oh, 5 years ago, I took out, you co-signed and I blah, blah, and I cashed out. I'm repaying you with interest. And so now you take that money, and what you do with it is to reinvest, but carefully, into something that you value, into something that helps you go to the next level. It's not just, oh, I'm buying that, those Jimmy Choo shoes, man. Okay, you could. But let's be a little more practical during this lunar eclipse. All right, I'm going to pull a card for you, Libra, sun, rising, and moon, and see what you can do with your investments now of time, energy, and money. What are you going to do with these investments? You're going to start by trusting that more will come. I hope this is helping folks. And if you're watching this in a replay, I'll be back. When am I coming back? I'm gone Thursday, November 2nd. I'm out of town, but I'll be back on the 9th of October, the 9th of November, but then the clocks will have changed. So it will be 8:30 Pacific time is when I'm back. Okay. On November 9th for the next Facebook Live. Okay. Libra, sun, rising, and moon. Poised. I mean, just the image of this is so Libran. Let's see what poised is. Number 48. Be ready. Be ready. Poised. Look at that. Being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best and confidence. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to do. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life is about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time for new beginnings. But remember, you're cleaning out the old. If there's any part of you that resists or fears or is hesitant, you need to stop and listen to that. Are you perpetuating a fear, or are you being given intuitive information like, let's just back off? We don't know enough about this person, this industry, this thing to trust it, to invest our time, energy, and money in. Let's just research a little bit more. Okay, so take that, and I hope that helps you, Libra. We're moving on to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, you're in the 7th house. And so here's your sun. And then this is the 7th house for you. And so this is all about partnerships and relationships. Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon. You need to let go of being in control. You need to let go of being controlled. You need to let go of something that is it's deep and profound in you. It was a desire, but then became convoluted. And then suddenly it changed gears, and you're looking for stability in your relationships. Now we start with marital relationships or significant other relationships or clientele relationships, business partner relationships. These kinds of pairings can help you to say that what's happening right now? Do you love what you're doing? Do you love how it feels in this relationship? If you're building something together, and that can be a life, it could be a business partnership, it could be a business, it could be a house. If you're building something together, there has to be a foundation of trust and mutual values. Yes? Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon. And so if you are single, divorced, or otherwise unhappy in your partnership, business or otherwise, or marital, then this is a time where you have to go into counseling. And I'm one for counseling that helps you realize the pattern in you and in the other person, and then to take action so that the very next moment outside the counseling doors, when you're living your life and suddenly you feel that feeling of, did you just say something to me? And you're like, whoa, where is your defense coming from? You know, the other person says, or you're thinking, I'm getting so defensive, or I suddenly feel the need to manipulate that person and, or redirect them. I knew someone who said to me once, yeah, I just pull out the shirt that I think my husband should wear in the morning and he puts it on. I'm like, doesn't he, why can't he pick his own shirts? She's like, it's just easier this way. Then he looks together and he looks good. And I thought, wow, that is such manipulation. So That's the downside of this energy, which needs to come to light. It's not a judgment. So if you are a Scorpio sun, rising, or moon who um, has a very specific way of wanting to be in a relationship with someone, again, across the board, any kind of relationship, you have to listen as much as you are talking. You have to speak and express as much as you are hearing so that you have this harmony. And the moon is a very moody little thing. Well, it's not moody, but it represents the moods in us. And Taurus is guided by Venus. And so Venus wants to be assured that there is security in this, whatever we're doing. What do we got? What's happening? And if there's that sense of, I don't like what you're doing to the partner, you have to find a way to communicate that is much softer than harder. Okay? Because Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon can be profoundly healing, profoundly insightful and intuitive, but also profoundly manipulative. So they watch, they wait, they listen and go, I'm just going to wait till they leave. And then I'm going to do the thing. I'll just do it myself. So that kind of energy is not communal. It's not about pairing or partnerships. It's not about being together. Right. So when I look at Jupiter opposing Mars here, someone wants to expand and go and travel and spend and be and do and have fun and let's do a thing, let's build a thing. And you, Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon, are saying, I just no. Do we have to? I don't want to. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, sure, why not? It'll be fun. And then you go along with it, but it comes out sideways along the way that you didn't want it in the first place. So if that's the way you communicate, not, as my kid would say, no bueno. So you want to be insightful. You want to be present. Biggest thing you want to be is kind. Kind, kind, kind. What kind of kindness do you want to be? The kind that is observant. Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon. That is accepting. That says, I love and care about you so much. I don't see it the same way you do, but if that's what you need, I wish you well. I'm still here for you. If you need to travel and go to India and do a whatever, or you want to start a business and sell jewelry, I'll do my best to help support you, but it's not my thing. Or you're so into sports and you want to get a ticket to the Super Bowl, and I don't want to do large groups or crowds. It's too much for me. Can we agree to find a middle ground? Can we find a way to communicate that helps us feel intimate, nurtured, close, powerfully private, and also have fun in the world without overindulging to the point of excess or extreme or cheating or, watch those extremes, especially with intoxicants. And sex can be intoxicating. Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon. Power can be intoxicating. Money can be intoxicating. But at what point are you? You want to think about that. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pull a card for you. Is this helping? Does this make sense? I have to just check in. Makes so much sense. Yes. Okay. Great. So Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon, what I want to see you to do if you're having issues is to come to terms, sit across the table with a mediator, a counselor, or someone that can help you to see the opposite point of view as you're working with each other. And if you can't come to terms, then make it be peaceful, because if you are making stuff up to be right or to make someone wrong, that's not honest, and there's work to be done. But if you're so in the relationship, it could be a business partnership, and say, you know what, I know you need this thing to go out there, but I don't feel that need. Maybe, we just kind of buy one of us buys the other out. Maybe it's time for a divorce, but it's amicable and it's with love. Or maybe you two decide to sell, downsize, you get a camper and you travel across the country and your kids are like, Mom, Dad? My kid imitates Sid from, what's the movie? Oh my gosh, with Scrat and Sid. And it's like, Mom, Dad, why did they do this to me? Every time. My kid does it so well. We laugh so hard. All right, a card for Scorpio, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Nothing wants to come out of this deck, but we're going to find something. Oh, okay. Now, exchanging gifts. That's what came out. 27. Is this helping? Is this beneficial for you? Please let me know. Share, like, subscribe. Remember that I'm also streaming to YouTube at the same time and trying to send a little bit more love to my YouTube channel because I'm so busy doing so many other things that I don't always get in there. But exchanging gifts. This is for you, Scorpio, Sun, Rising, and Moon. The law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing cost, and determining value. You're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you, and you have everything you need to seize them. I have to turn the page. Yet, in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. And you can do it. You have what it takes. You must engage in the dance. The law of giving and receiving is all about the push and pull, the doing, the being. But if you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create imbalance. It's not just a time to do. It's a time with others to let's find this harmonious place where we can come together and decide what it is we want individually and mutually. And then maybe we can stay together and do this. And if not, then we part with love. All right. Moving on, Sagittarius. Sag, we're looking at the 6th house for you. And let me get to the chart. Oops. I have to make this smaller. Okay. So Sag, this would be you. Is it the 6th? Yeah, the 6th house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what has happened? Yeah, 6th house. So what we're looking at is you being able to pace it, know what you want, be healthy, and to take a look at your thyroid, parathyroid, the way you eat, how you exercise. Do you exercise? Do you exercise, Sag, Sun, Rising, and Moon? And if your health has been doing something wonky, we're looking at a correlation between your digestive system, your hormones, and possibly adrenals. Now, it's different for everyone, of course, right? So, it's not going to be predictive health astrology, but it is looking at how you can be more in tune and attuned to your bodily needs. Now, with the moon here, it can mean stomach issues. That's why I say digestive. And the digestion, and believe it or not, your stomach, your digestive system is your second brain. So a lot of times things that stem from you think is a hormone issue, like a thyroid issue, it's you have low stomach acid, or you have diabetes or macular degeneration, or you have difficulty seeing, you have blurry vision, you're not digesting vitamin A possibly, or vitamin D3. So again, we come back to the stomach. So that's why I say the stomach is going to be a big issue for you, Sag, Sun, Rising, and Moon. And sometimes with work, it can be, I can't stomach that anymore. I can't stomach that policy. I can't stomach that industry. I can't stomach that lobbyist. I can't stomach it anymore. So, and that can lead to enough moments of saying or feeling that it can lead to, tummy troubles. So we want to take a look at, are you going, at least 2 times a day? Yeah. 2 times a day minimum. If you're eating 2 to 3 meals a day, you need to be going at least 2 times a day. And is it eating more fiber? Well, fiber can bulk things up, but you do need healthy fiber. You need the right amount of liquids. You maybe back off from drinking liquids while you eat and wait 15, 20 minutes. Have a little apple cider vinegar in some water, a little bit, right before a meal, or some hydrochloric acid to help you digest your food. So this way you start to go through a process of cleaning out the old toxins in your intestines. And I know this is kind of gross, right? So, but it's also helping you, it's also helping you to be a little bit more aware of what you are doing for health. And if you did yoga for 25 years and you meditated a certain way, and now you're saying, my hips are hurting, or I just can't stay focused, then you need to switch something up. If the pattern that was made and created for health reasons is no longer providing those benefits, you have to switch it up. Maybe go for a long walk. A long walk in a quiet place, or at least a place of nature. Maybe it's a park, or I'm very fortunate by me, we have lots of trails. Maybe you take a drive somewhere and you go to where they have waterfalls. I mean, whatever's possible, the beach, somewhere. It's been scientifically proven that when you create space, when you go into a place with space instead of a crowded building and it's a busy, it's like Macy's on 4th of July, you do the opposite. You literally give your adrenals a chance to settle, and you lower cortisol. So you want to just take a look at what you're doing health-wise and start researching on the internet, or with, not the first thing you see. And I would not go to WebMD, because if you look through the lens of one modality, you're going to get one answer. Look through something that is a little bit more holistic, that includes plants and nature and vitamins, minerals, yes, all that. But where are you guided? I mean, it's got to come down to being meditative in a space where you're just grateful. And the more grateful you are, the more something comes to you, and someone bumps into you at the supermarket and you go, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, blah, blah. I've had trouble with email and my eyes are a little blurry. It's like, really? I just learned this thing. I went to the doctor, I went to holistic, I went to a naturopathic, I went to homeopathic, I went to, the chiropractor, whatever. I went to an energy worker, and I just realized that every time I had this problem, this happened. It may not be your thing, and you're not going to take medical advice from people who aren't medically trained, right? But it's going to make you question, oh, maybe I need to do something a little different. I helped someone recently, a Sagittarian sun sign, realize that their way of their belief system and their very devout belief system was no longer, it's not that it doesn't work anymore, because in their heart, it's like, I believe this, but they had never, I think I mentioned this on Facebook the other day, but they had never used music as meditation. And so I gave them things like, and write this down, Meillan, MEI-LAN, Lisa Gerard, Anders Holtz, Barry Goldstein. They have music, Deva Premal, they have music that is proven to alter the vibration in your body and the waves in your body and the water in your body, so that suddenly, this person said to me, that was amazing. I meditated to this music and I felt so calm, like my head got quiet, and it hasn't been quiet for years, even with all the meditations that this person has been doing. So Sag, sun, rising, and moon, I really want you to get into a new routine, a little at a time. Try one new thing a day. One new thing a day. That's healthy. That's different. A new cuisine, a new meditative practice, new music. Rearrange the furniture in your living room. Just switch things up, because it's going to give you a different perspective, and you're going to come out of that feeling of stuck and into something that's a whole lot more productive, and you're going to feel happier, and it's going to be healthier for you. Now, if you work in the health industry and you're tired of it, and I have a lot of clients who are nurses and doctors, and they can't abide by certain things anymore because they just don't believe it, or it didn't work, or they worked it but it didn't work for them, or it made them sick, or they tried and now they're doing integrative, and the ones who were doing integrative, they found that they needed something a little bit more traditional. So there's a crossover always. So I want you to keep judgment aside, have your experience, Sag, sun, rising, and moon, and see what it is for you. Take in the information, but see what it is for you. Because ultimately, you could talk to your body and say, oh, I'm having trouble hearing. Really? Are you deaf to something in your world? Is it a nutrient you are lacking? Is it a practice that you have that is overstressing your body and creating this thing? Your knees hurt. Oh, childhood memories. Are your knees really bothering you because of you're climbing that rock every day and your body's going, can we just sit down and have a drink of water? Can we just stop moving? Or, so check in with your body daily, Sag, sun, rising, and moon. And I really want you to see the correlation between what you ingest, what you think. You could take all the best medicine in the world, all the best homeopathic medicine in the world. But if you are not right and you are not aligned, body, mind, spirit, what's going to happen to you and your soul energy is going to be unheard, invalidated. And then that's when the fear shows up and you say, I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go. And then you find out a way to go and you say, oh, this helps a little bit. And then you start to trust a little bit more. And then you say to yourself, well, I'm going to apply that trust to the work that I do. And you know what? I don't trust that this is an industry for me anymore, or the way I do something. It's not for me anymore. So you're starting to switch it up. And when you do that, the higher you get into the quantum realm, Dr. Joe Dispenza, go there. It's going to help you to understand that your vibration is what's healing or harming you. If you've got something pinched off, cut off, you're not allowing it to flow because of fear, it's harming. Okay? No matter what you say or do. Okay, here we have medium queen Henna. I am going to, with compassion, say this is inappropriate and you are gone. Thank you. And thank you, my people, for not responding to these people who come in asking you for a reading, to give a reading. It's inappropriate. So I'm just deleting that now. Okay. Hey, we only had 2 of those today. Okay, Sag, sun, rising, and moon. I hope this was helpful. I am pulling a card for you right now. And if you're just joining us, you can always watch the replay on Facebook or on YouTube on my Astrology Mojo channel. And we're talking about the lunar eclipse, Taurus lunar eclipse for each of the signs, sun, rising, and moon sign. So this is for Sagittarius. And stick around, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. You're next. Remember to share, like, subscribe. And if you missed my Astrology Pro Secrets Workshop, please click the link in the thread and you can register for the replay, and then you can watch. Okay, Sagittarius. Building blocks. Okay. Number 28. Is everybody having a great day? How is your moment right now? Building blocks, Sag, sun, rising, and moon. Strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. I love that. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, your ethics, your morals, and your core beliefs. And so every little thing, and I want to look at these building blocks, since this is focused on health for you, as your DNA, your gene expression. You can alter your gene expression. You can change your DNA. Yes, it is scientifically proven. Go watch some Dr. Joe Dispenza. Also, Bruce Lipton. So what you're doing here with this particular building block is you're starting from, how does this feel right now? Sag, sun, rising, and moon. How does this feel right now? And if it feels good, go to the next moment with it. If it doesn't feel good, you stop without judging it. Evaluate, yes, but judge, no. You understand the distinction, right? Okay, Capricorn. Hi, my lovely Capricorns. All right, here we go. Fifth house, and for you, you have Pluto in Capricorn. It's about to leave, and you're about to do like the jig, right? And what that means is, during this time, the lunar eclipse, we want you, and this is a trine for you. It is so creative for you. So creative. What does that mean? You want to have a baby. You want to write a book. You want to start a business. You want to paint a picture. You want to play an instrument. You want to be free falling and go travel. You want to value what you do and put some energy into redefining what creativity means to you. Does it mean, oh, there might be a new baby in the family? You could be a grandparent if you're not the one actually having the baby. You could be someone who dusted off that old, calligraphy album that you used to write, and then you're starting it over again. Or anything, painting the house, painting with oils or watercolors, or dancing, singing, writing, music. There's all this, or studying astrology right here. Uranus and Taurus, right here in the fifth house. It's, how can you discover this part of you that is much more free? And, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You can put on some music in your living room or a YouTube, and you learn to flamenco dance. You learn to channel. You learn to channel Pablo Casals, I was going to say. I forget the woman's name who was a flamenco dancer. Oh, I saw her long ago in California. She was amazing. Anyway, you could just create something. That's why you came to this earth, was to create. And sometimes you look at the world and go, oh, I guess I could try that, or I could do that, or I could do this, or I want to learn how to, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. And then you've done it all in your head, but you haven't left the chair, and then you don't do it. So Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon, now is the time to explore what really makes you happy. I am a Capricorn rising. I am writing my historical fiction fantasy books dedicated to each of the astrological signs. And I'm excited because I've become a much better writer over the years. Since I first published the first one for Aries, I rewrote it, and I'm tying all the books together. One soul's epic journey through 12 lifetimes. Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now with these retrogrades. I'm in the edit phase. I'm editing my third book. So what are you doing, Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon, that's helping you to feel buoyant? The sensual pleasures, yes, but free, not so restricted. What parts are you letting go of in this lunar eclipse that are going to help you to do that? What parts are you choosing to let go of, to say, that's not me anymore? I'm going to go dance in the supermarket if I feel like it. When a song comes on and you're in you're in Costco and you hear music somewhere, or you've got your headphones in, you just do, you move, you groove. You got to just be free more and more, because this lunar eclipse is saying that part of you that used to play as a child with all that imagination, and you brought the history of life down the bloodlines, you brought it into your present. You're like, yes, I know. Okay. As an example, today I'm wearing mismatched clothes, but my shoes, I have to show you this. I'm a Capricorn rising. I was like, what do I feel like wearing today? And I felt like a pilgrim. I felt like a magical pilgrim, a cross between Miss Trelawney and someone who was on, I don't know, in Plymouth. And so I found these shoes a couple of years ago, and I bought them, and I haven't worn them in a while. So it's like these are my pilgrim shoes. So it's like I felt like a magical pilgrim. So I put these shoes on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Have fun. Have fun with it. Oh my gosh, right? So, what are we doing, Capricorn, Sun, Rising, and Moon? We are developing something. I'm developing a training program. I've developed a training program, and I'm going to be working with what I would call high-end clients, people who want to know astrology, and I will teach them from front to back. And that's fun for me. I'm also writing. I look around the house and go, what else can I move and change? And I'm polishing my crystals, and I talk to them and say, where do you want to be? In the other room? All right, let's go. And I rearrange things. Or I'm baking. I love to cook and bake. It suddenly like got cut off, and it was like, yes, there is something. And you don't have to do a thing. Capricorn, Sun, Rising, or Moon. Isn't it nice to just sit down and meditate or watch a show and do nothing? Do nothing. I said, do nothing. You don't have to work so hard. You don't have to work at something. I know that we love to work. We do. But if you start to spin your wheels and you're thinking, I don't want to do anything right now, just sit down. I will randomly get up, go outside, and walk around my backyard and look for the coolest rocks. I like round or oval shaped smooth rock. And I'll go outside and go, oh, okay, that was 10 minutes. That was so fun. So I want you to start doing things that are more fun, childlike. A kid could play for hours. They're in the state of awareness of manifestation. They are just, it's like life is beautiful and everything until they can't get the toy to work. And then they get frustrated. And that's Capricorn energy saying, I'm going to fix that thing. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to fix it, make it work. And then I'll show other people how to make it work. And then 10 years go by and you're still fixing things. So let's stop fixing and doing. And it's got to feel fun, because sometimes the straightforward approach to making money is not a straightforward approach. It's got to be, and this is for any sign, any person. The more you do what is satisfying to you, you output a vibration where the head, the brain, and the heart are vibrating a frequency that is so high that suddenly you feel you're not alone in the room. Oh, well, that was fun. And then you get your messages. You go, that was even funner. I want to do more of that. That's magical. So you want to get grounded? You want to get practical? Yeah, that's you anyway. You want to get magical. Be magical. Do the things that make you laugh and smile. And what you're letting go of is how you were taught to be so practical, how you were taught to give to others first. You're letting go of that part of you, Capricorn, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Look, fifth house. What do we have here? We have, oh my gosh, paint, write, draw, sing, create, organize, bake, cook, give. I bought these really cool keto cookies to give out at Halloween. I don't even know if anybody's going to come to the door, because people go to the West Sedona. They have a big thing. All the shops shut down at 5:00. They sit outside. There's music. There's all the kids go, and it's so fun. So people stopped walking around the streets. But I got these really cool keto lemon cookies. 1 sugar. I'm not going to be handing out crap and chemicals to kids. It's like, why would I promote that? But they're lined up by the front door. I can't wait. I can't wait to give them out. So I guess however many cookie packets I have, that's how many kids are going to show up. And it makes me happy. Just these little things, these moments. I dance in the kitchen by myself, or, I talk to my dad and go, oh my gosh, guess who just showed up? Hey, my cousin Nikki. Hey, sweetie. How beautiful is it where you are now? So it's like, you want to be that person The one, what's that poem? When I'm old and gray, I shall wear purple. All right, Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon. Let go of the parts of you that restrict your play and engage. Engage. Star Trek. Capricorn, there is no card that wants to come for you. Let's see. Ooh, higher power. Number 4 breaks down to a 22. There are no boxes. Conscious contact. What do you keep hearing? I keep saying there are no boxes. Conscious contact. Conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. Okay, Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon, when you are in the state of play, when you are in that timeless, ageless, momentless moment, that is your higher self. That is the connection to all things. When magic happens too. This card reminds you, now look at the images we have here. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and for others. Did I not just say that, Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon? You are an immortal soul. An immortal soul, and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. What is the highest good for all? How can I serve? That's the question. And then play. That's the question. And then play. How can I serve best? Find as many moments of satisfaction that you can. That's how you can serve, because then you put love into the world in a vibration that looks like this. And I've showed this to you before. This is me when I've done a day of readings. It was one of the original Polaroid cameras. This is me doing my stuff. This is me, Capricorn rising, playing. And I'm lit up. I have downloads. I have faces. I have support. My heart is open. I have harmony. That's you too. Your color, your version of it. Okay, Aquarius, moving on. Okay, I got to go over here and move my chart so I can actually see it. Okay, Aquarius, this is a cool time for you. Taurus is a fixed sign energy like you are. But I would say it's a lot more homebound, home-oriented, mom-oriented, fix up the place, let's move something like the furniture or the art, but let's move something in here so that I feel free and safe in my space. You are setting up a sacred sanctuary. That was almost a tongue twister. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. Your idea of home and family is strengthening. And it can be because you now have a new love or a committed relationship or a closer bond with your children, your parents, yourself, always with yourself. If not, that's happening. And so cleaning out your physical closets, yes, is going to help. A cousin, a Taurus, who would say to me a long time ago, invite company, because you're assured to clean your house that way. Not because they will help you clean. An Aquarian said that to me once. But my cousin would say, if you invite people over, you're going to want to present your best. You're going to clean your house. So you're going to clean your house when you invite people. An Aquarian invited a whole bunch of people over once to a dinner party, and nothing was done. So she enlisted everybody to start cooking and cleaning for her. So Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, however you want to do it, but make sure there's harmony involved in the process. Because this fourth house energy is home. It's mom. And maybe you're dealing with mom because the moon is here in a lunar eclipse. Maybe mom is ill, or maybe mom was ill and you're healing from that. Maybe you're taking care of mom or your thoughts are just a little bit more centered around how can I better support mom or grandmom, and what can I do to help um, my family, bring them together. If you've got like grandma or mom's in the hospital or in hospice, how do you nurture your family while you nurture the person who's leaving? So that can be a lot too. So you want to make sure that your home environment is feeling safe, secure, and quiet. Not a lot of big stuff happening, although because big stuff is happening. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. Look, Jupiter in Taurus. For you, that's all the things you used to believe, you question now. And some of them you're going to continue to believe. And other things you're thinking, I don't think that works for me anymore. Yeah, I used to argue with my mother, or I used to think, why is she doing that? I remember once my kid was in high school. They're 24 years old now. And they were going through something. And I said, would you like me to do some laying on of hands healing work? And my kid, who was 14 at the time, 10 years ago, turned to me and said, I don't think you're qualified. You don't have like a license. And I was stunned, absolutely stunned. And they left the room. And I had to think about that. And it made me feel kind of, wow, that kind of hurt my feelings. And though 8 years later, I said, oh, remember that time? Because they said, oh, I just had this energy work done. And I sent them to Barbie, if you're still watching, to have Reiki down. Oh, I loved it. It was so great. And I said, you remember that time? And my kid looked at me and said, oh my gosh, Mom, I don't know who I was then, but that's not me. And I'm so sorry I said that to you. If I went to anyone for energy work, it would be you. You're my best Mrs. Trelawney from Hogwarts. So Aquarius, and they are an Aquarius rising sign. So Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, you want to rethink really quickly what you were taught from mom or grandma, and does it still apply? Are you emulating and need to let that go? Or are you needing to adopt that energy belief system or the value system that person taught you? And or are you ready to redo the part of you that wants to get back into art, into the digital world? Maybe you're a digital artist, or maybe you're working with AI, and it's not an evil thing. We are programming it. So if we are programming it, we can prompt it to be kind, to be courteous, to be thoughtful, because it's not, AI is not a feeling thing. It learns what it's taught. If you cuss at it, it will think that that's okay. It's the ultimate child. So if you're working in technology and you're working with AI for art, for music, for whatever, you use it as a tool to help fine tune your world. And then realize, oh, wow, technology is not such a nasty thing. Or Uranus also represents astrology. So maybe you're at home studying something, you have a book on your table, you pick it up and you read it and you go, oh, I'm just going to keep that out there. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, because it just speaks to me. Maybe it's a book on art, or maybe it's a book on astrology, as I said, or maybe it's a book on vibrational physical healing. And the different spectrum of colors and how you can apply that. Gosh, long ago, I can't even remember, 35 years ago, somebody gave me Barbara Ann Brennan's Healing Hands of Light. And I took it home, and I remember her. I don't remember her name. I know that she was a Cancer. And she gave it to me. She goes, I got this book. I think it's for you. And I was like, okay. And I took it home and I was like, that's everything I am. It was the vibration broken down scientifically into what the color spectrum looks like and how it can help to heal, whether you're doing laying on of hands, coherence healing with Dr. Joe Dispenza, if you're doing Reiki, energy work, all of it comes through you. So, but you're applying it in the home right now. And sometimes that part of you that thinks, should I make this a business? If you love doing artwork on your iPad and you're thinking, oh, I could make, design tarot cards. Should I sell them? I don't know. Should I do craft fairs? I don't know. So you're thinking about who you are, and then do I apply it into the business world, into the world of money making? Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. Just ponder that a little more, because what you're doing really is this energy is what's called square you, and it's square the lunar eclipse, and it's kind of like saying and this is you, Uranus guides Aquarius. So this is you in retrograde in a place of value. And it's like, do I value who I really am? The fourth house in astrology relates to inner identity, as well as four walls, the home, real estate, your mother, maternal parent, could be your father, but maternal parent. And so this energy of, is this who I am anymore? Who am I really? Am I changing? I think I want to study this. My kid, an Aquarius rising, just took an online class to study mythology at a certain, mystical mythology. And so, and I say, how is it? What do you get from it? How does it make you feel? And they go, oh my gosh, I love it. Symbolisms and just understanding where the myths come from, what could be true, what's not true, how we can apply this belief system and regain hope in our lives and apply that to art. I mean, it's like, wow, I never would have thought. Right? Very cool. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, fourth house. You need to be in your space, clean it out, be comfortable, heal things with the mother energy, or the part of you that is thinking of becoming a mother. Do you want to become a mother? Maybe you'll adopt, use a surrogate. Maybe you don't want to be a mom. I know someone, she happens to be a Virgo, but she and her husband, they don't want kids, and they're so fine with that, but they have a lot of creative projects in their life. So that's another way a female person can create, is through the ovaries. If not through the ovaries, they do artwork, or they cook, they bake, they design, they build houses, they, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just the part of you, Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, that really wants to be part of something greater. You got to go in to find it. Let's pull a card for you. Hope this is helping. Thanks for sticking with me. I know this is a long oracle reading, but I really wanted you to make the best of the lunar eclipse energy, which lasts for many months for a lot of people. And you'll see what you're manifesting in the weeks to come. All right, this is for Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. And then we have Pisces and Aries. And then, the sun should be setting. All right, Aquarius. For you, for my baby, Aquarius rising. Ooh, new life, stretching out of the shell. Okay, hang on, 39. Opened right to it. Birth of new ideas, Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. What were we just talking about? New ideas, growth opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. You got to do it at home. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song, turning the page. And nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon us all. This is one of those times in your life, Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine. This is a time of great fortune, and enthusiasm is a word that means deity on the inside. So go there, meditate often, be cozy at home, and you're going to see the benefits in what you're creating. Okay, next we have Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. Third house, a lot of communication. And we have Saturn is in your sign. I know, it's okay. There's no woe. It's just, it can feel like a lot. You're putting things together. You're making it work. Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. Neptune is in your sign. It's your guidance. It's your ruler. It's your beacon. And so let go of the woe. Let go of the woe. Because the way you communicate is changing. You have written, you are writing, you are editing. You're making music. You're changing the nature of relationships, especially to women, your sisters. If you don't have sisters, friends who are female, it doesn't matter what gender you are. And deep down, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, you're discovering that you have something to express. You have something to say. So you're going to write that book. You're going to sing that song. You're going to make that presentation. You're going to let the bosses know that you are also a boss and that you are to be valued and heard and validated. But you can never demand that, okay? Because what do we got? Ninth house is opposing the third house. And for you, it's not about, okay, I'll say what it is about. It's about finding your voice, no matter your age, or a language that speaks to you. And that language could be math. It can be travel. That language can be history, or that language can be publishing or music or healing. Whatever your language is, you need to be proficient in it so that when someone asks you, why do you believe that? Or that's really fascinating. Tell me more about that. It's not just, oh, I don't know. It just is cool. It's cool. I heard it. Or I got a reading and this was that this. No, no. You're in that place now, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, where you have to own it. You have to own it. And owning it means expressing it in whatever way works for you. Whether you do teach a class or you go to a class, meet a bunch of peers, and then suddenly say, I found a new tribe. Oh my gosh, I found a new tribe. Well, who can I be with these people? How can I express myself? So you're rethinking, how do I want to be? If you say one thing and do another, because Pisces can be very malleable and changeable depending on who's in front of them. If you say, I really want to do this thing, and then you don't follow through, don't be surprised if, that thing falls away, or that opportunity falls away, or that person falls away. Right? So if you say, I'm not sure if I want to do this thing. So you're in, you're out. There's like, you're on the periphery and somebody is out there with you and you don't know, you can't make up your mind because you don't want to do something wrong. You don't want to make the wrong decision. You don't want to spend the money and have it be not for you. You don't want to have to do this all over again. So then the negatives come in and the cynicism comes in, and it just might be, I'm comfortable right where I am. I don't want to know any more people. I just want to live my life. I'm going to do my thing. Okay, but life's going to find you, and people are going to ask you questions, and people are going to want to know, what was it like when you wrote that song? What was it like when you built that building or that foundation for those people? What was it like when you went into a third world country and, helped them to create systems for clean water? Or what was it like when you donated that money that you didn't think you had, but then you got back 10 times? What was it like? So what, who am I now? How do I feel right now? And what was it like? Where are you willing to go, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon? Because this right here, Saturn in Pisces is saying, and Neptune in Pisces is saying, you have a victim's voice. And that victim's voice likes to get drunk. It likes to eat edibles. It likes to smoke cigarettes. It likes to watch 6 movies in a row and forget about the world. It likes to get reading after reading after reading, but never apply the information. And there's no judgment on any of this. Anybody could be regardless of sun, rising, or moon. They can be this. You're showing these colors, however, right now. And so as you decide who you are maturing, who you are becoming, what wisdom you want to share with others, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, you're coming up against your own restraints, your own convictions that don't apply, right? Or you have standards for them, but not for you, or you have standards for you, but not for them. And so if you really think about it, what you want to say might be easier said in written word, in music, through healing touch. Maybe you want to become a massage therapist and help that way. What is your most valued form of communication and expression? And if you don't want to get in front of a crowd, maybe it's doing radio shows. Maybe it's just talking at a church and saying, I want to give a sermon, but I don't want to preach. So you're finding your contradictions and saying, this is what worked for me. This is what worked for me, and it may not work for you, but there's a fear behind that of judgment. Then why would you tell us something that's not going to work for us? Because if there's a part of you that says, oh, if I come out of the closet, of my world and I expose myself, I might get pushed back. They might disagree. That's so uncomfortable for me. I don't want to cause harm. I don't want to create a ripple. Well, your existence is the ripple. You are the wave. Wee. Wee. So if you have something to say, you find what does Abraham, the collective Abraham say? Reach for the best feeling thought. I say reach for the best feeling. End the thought, but the best feeling. And I don't mean in a intoxicant type of way. Because if you're shoving the sugar, the alcohol, the edibles, the TV in here, you're squashing some part of you that's afraid of being seen. There we have it. We found it. All right, let's pull a card for you. This lunar eclipse, Pisces sun, rising, and moon is going to help you come out into the world and not feel guilty for not having helped that person, for not, I forgot to get him a Christmas present. Okay. I should have donated because then the building fell down. Oh, they could have, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. You just need to own your form of communication and then work it out with people in your life and then be consistent. Well, that one just like slid out. I don't know if that's for you. We'll find out in just a moment. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you. You bright, star-seeking souls. Okay. All right. Nope. That didn't want to come out. Well, it was because it's like you're the observer, but yeah, there was something else. And here it is. The never-ending story. Third house is about perceptions, by the way. Third house is perceptions that become beliefs before you open your mouth to communicate. It's about what you believe is true and how you perceive it. So the never-ending story, 37, is for you, Pisces. Oops, that's 27. I've got a never-ending love for you. I don't know where that came from. Okay, Pisces, never-ending story. Self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. I'm blinking my way into, see? Told ya. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. If that doesn't describe a Saturn in Pisces retrograde, I don't know what does. You are wise. You can be a wise ass. You are wise, and you need to find it beyond all that layering of stuff that is not your narrative any longer. I'm turning the page. If the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, what were we just talking about? I love this. Or should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down today, you know that none of this is true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie and wants to protect you and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being your true self. You are not your story. And the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. This is what I just said. I didn't even need to say anything. I should have just pulled the card. Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. You got this. Change the story. All right. Aries, different vibe. My head's spinning. I actually feel high. I've been talking for 2 hours giving readings. I feel high. Is this helping? Please give me a like, a share, a thumbs up. Please comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. YouTube and Facebook. And I'll be back on February. On November 9th at 8:30 Pacific time, because the clocks change, but we don't change clocks in Sedona. Oh my gosh. Okay, Aries, second house. This is all about your worth and your value. Let me go over here. So, yeah. And you've got the North Node in Aries. You're raring to go. But before you jump into something, I want you to look at what you value, or you will lose time, energy, money, resources. If you value that organic apple that is $2 more than the regular per pound, then you buy it. You have to know what you value, though, right? Because we have two retrogrades here, the lunar eclipse in your second house. You might be losing a form of income, or someone had promised to subsidize you in a project or grant money, and that fell through halfway in. And now what do? Well, you're going to ponder what you truly value, and it can be anything. If you value doing crossword puzzles instead of washing the dishes just for that one time or maybe 3 times, then do it, because when you're creating that energy of satisfaction, what you're doing is you're shoring up your resources, and then suddenly the opportunity comes to you. Time, energy, money, contacts, opportunities, they come to you. You're going to magnetize it to you. That's how we make our worlds. So Aries, sun, rising, and moon with the North Node representing, remember, North Node is not a planet or a sphere. It is a calculation of the moon as it travels around the earth, as that travels around the sun. And so there's an axis point when that happens. The North Node is all about taking action. The South Node is all about, been there, done that, wishy-washy, can't commit, polarize, adamant, non-committal, dictatorial, wishy-washy. So Aries, sun, rising, and moon, you're letting go of the part of you that wants to make the peace, but you're still going to hold that sense of compassion and not let other people step on you, but not become arrogant in the process. And while you're doing this, something really powerful happens. That is, you get to know more of what you value. And then you let go of the part of you that says, oh, I better hold on to this last $5 bill because all the reasons, all the excuses, all the judgments, all the woe is me. It goes. And then what you have is a $5 bill that you're not gambling, you're not betting. I'm not talking about that, but you are investing in your value system. And 5 will get you 10 every time when you do that. 5 will get you 10,000 every time when you do that. Does that speak to you? Do you hear what I'm saying? North Node is taking action. It's the open door to your future. If you see something that says they're asking for your investment of time, energy, money, resources, know-how, knowledge, you can say, I'm going to budget my time, retrogrades right here. I'm going to budget my time, but I'm going to wow them with something they weren't expecting. I'm going to show up early. I got the job. The interview went great. I like my salary. I like the benefits. I'm going to wow them with something they weren't expecting. So then you go to the next level and you show up as a leader, not just by showing up early or taking care of something and now here's the fine line. You don't want to be doing it for everybody else just to keep the peace or make friends, and you're not plowing through without anyone else's permission. No, you're finding harmony in the process. Taurus, harmony. This kind of South Node harmony was wishy-washy. Yeah, I don't want to upset anybody. And then you go to the extreme and boom, you drop a bomb. No, we're done with that. We're moving forward with motivation, with enthusiasm, deity on the inside. We're moving forward, Aries, sun, rising, and moon, with that idea of, I can do this. It's that simple. I can do this, but I'm collaborating based on my values. So what do we want you to value? The feminine aspect, hearing, listening, feeling, empathizing, Aries, sun, rising, and moon, and then expanding, Jupiter, and then innovating, Uranus. Empathizing, expanding with a plan, and innovating for that extra exclamation point on the project. I hope that makes sense. Yours came in fast and furious. So that you can really feel like, okay, if I need to let go of that part-time job, I don't really value the time that it takes to do it, but I need the cash. Okay, stop. All your needs are met. Needs are met, needs are met, needs are met. So then put it on something simple, neutral to positive. Oh, I love cleaning out the closet when it's raining. And it's raining, so I'm going to clean out the closet. Yay, I feel so good about that. Okay, this card came out for you, but in reverse. I don't think she has reversals in here. So also letting go of things that don't speak your truth anymore, whether it's an income producing thing or it's your self-worth. You have to let go of I'm not worthy. You have to let go of the I'm not worthy. And with Jupiter here in Taurus, you got to know how to ask for help and then allow it. Aries, sun, rising, moon. It's not just you doing it and getting it done. And then you wipe your hands and go, wow, that was great. Right, team? And they're just standing around going, we were going to work with you. What happened to our needs? Okay. So you want to work and collaborate, ask for help, but learn to take it. So let's see. You got 34, which is a leg up. That's a leg up. Asking for help is a leg up. But yours was reversed. Let's see if there is a reverse. Yes, there is. Okay, so I'll give you the general message. Receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. That's the word I couldn't think of. Thank you, Colette. Interdependence, not independence is Aries, not codependence is the negative side of Libra. And that is the north and south node for you. But interdependence, we rely on one another. Okay, protection message. And let me show you the image. It's very cool, beautiful. Mama polar, baby polar. Are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have little faith that help will come, convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded. And as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable. Moon in Taurus in the second house. Help you to feel vulnerable. Help you to feel vulnerable. Oh, I read that already, didn't I? To admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is good. To have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed by how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. You are the only one who got a reversed card. And it was appropriate for you, Aries, sun, rising, and moon. Working together, conversation does not mean competition or confrontation. Conversation means, oh, I was thinking of doing this thing. Oh, I did that thing and it worked out. And here's no, someone's talking. You need to be listening. When you're talking, you want others to listen, not do what you say, but listen, right? That's empathizing. So you're upping your valuable empathy quotient. I like that for you. I like that for you a lot, Aries, sun, rising, and moon. Okay. That's it. I've reached my limit. Capricorn rising. I could keep going, but no. I listened to what came through me. I'm going to go play. Oh my gosh. I hope that was helpful. I will get this uploaded by timestamps in YouTube later on today. I'm going to take care of me first. So I hope this was helpful. Folks, the lunar eclipse in Taurus, 5 degrees. Find out where it is in your chart by looking at where the degrees are and seeing what's up for you, but also by listening to your sun, rising, and moon sign. And remember to share, like, subscribe. I hope this has helped you. I hope you are feeling excited and enthusiastic and inspired to take your very next 2 moments and make those last a lifetime and have them be filled with love and compassion. And as always, I wish you peace. Beautiful souls, I will see you on November 9th at 8:30 Pacific. You will change clocks. I do not. I'll be here in Sedona. If you're in Sedona or in Arizona, except the Navajo Nation, they change clocks. But if you're in Sedona watching this, or anywhere in Arizona, 9:30 will be the time. But I'll send out an email if you're on my list. You'll get the update. All right, folks, and remember to always stay as present as possible and to put love into the world and be someone's opportunity. As always, I wish you peace. Thank you, and I'll see you again.